You've been doing push-ups wrong your entire life. Let me tell you something. The way most people do push-ups is leaving massive gains on the table. You're not activating nearly as many muscles as you should be. And the worst part, you probably don't even realize it. But here's the good news. With the 5 techniques I'm about to show you, you'll be able to push that number closer to 90%. That's almost your entire upper body firing at full capacity. Let's fix your push-up game and transform your entire upper body starting now. Number 5, adjusting range of motion. Most people who do push-ups don't realize they're selling themselves short by not using the full range of motion. If you're only lowering yourself halfway before pushing back up, congratulations, you're only getting half the gains. A proper push-up means your chest nearly touches the ground before you explode back up. The deeper the stretch, the greater the muscle activation. If you want a full, well-developed chest, stop cheating your reps and start going all the way down. Some might argue that doing more reps, even if they're shallow, is better than fewer full-range reps. Wrong. Half reps build half muscles. If you only train within a limited range, you'll never maximize your strength or size potential. Imagine a bench press where you barely lower the bar. Would that build a powerful chest? Of course not. The same principle applies to push-ups. The chest, shoulders, and triceps all engage more effectively when you use the full range of motion. More engagement equals more muscle growth. Simple as that. When you train through a full range, you improve flexibility and mobility, reducing the risk of injury. People who avoid deep push-ups often complain about shoulder pain because they're not allowing their muscles and joints to work through their natural movement patterns. By incorporating proper depth into your push-ups, you condition your muscles and joints to handle more stress safely. Let's talk about progression. If you're struggling to get low enough, start by doing incline push-ups on a bench or a sturdy surface. This reduces the load while still allowing full range of motion. Gradually, as your strength improves, lower the incline until you're performing perfect ground push-ups. If standard push-ups are too easy, elevate your feet or add a weighted vest to increase resistance while maintaining depth. A major mistake many lifters make is sacrificing form for reps. It's not about how many push-ups you can bang out, it's about how well you do them. A sloppy 50-rep set with half depth won't give you the same chest development as a strict 20-rep set, where you fully engage your muscles. Focus on quality over quantity. Still not convinced? Let's compare 2 scenarios. Imagine 2 guys. One does 100 fast, shallow push-ups. The other does 50 controlled, deep push-ups. The first guy feels great about his high rep count, but his chest barely grows because he's not activating his muscles properly. The second guy, however, sees major gains because each rep fully engages his muscles. Who wins in the long run? The guy training smart, not just hard. Number 4, controlling the speed of movement. Speed push-ups might look impressive, but if you're not controlling the movement, you're not building the muscle you think you are. The key to real strength and muscle growth lies in time under tension. And that means slowing things down, especially on the eccentric phase. Why does speed matter? When you control the descent of a push-up, your muscles stay under strain for a longer period. This increases micro tears in the muscle fibers, which then repair themselves bigger and stronger. If you're just dropping to the floor like a sack of potatoes, you're letting gravity do the work instead of forcing your muscles to control the motion. That's the difference between people who look strong and those who are strong. Don't get me wrong, there's a time and place for explosive push-ups, but if you're only doing fast reps, you're skipping one of the most important aspects of muscle growth, eccentric strength. By slowing down your reps, you increase the demand on your muscles, forcing them to work harder. Try taking 3 to 4 seconds to lower yourself, pausing for 1 second at the bottom, and then exploding back up. You'll immediately feel the difference. Another issue with rushing through push-ups is that it leads to poor form. If you're pumping out reps without control, your lower back might sag, your shoulders might round forward, and your core might disengage. This not only reduces the effectiveness of the movement, but also increases your risk of injury. You should be able to pause at any point in the movement and hold the position. If you can't, you're not in control, you're just flopping around. Slowing down your push-ups also improves your mind-muscle connection. When you focus on moving with control, you become more aware of how your muscles are working. Instead of relying on momentum, you actively engage your chest, triceps, shoulders, and core throughout the entire movement. This means every rep counts. You'll feel a deeper burn, and over time, you'll see more noticeable definition and strength. Let's talk about progressive overload, one of the most important principles in muscle growth. Most people think that the only way to overload a muscle is by increasing reps or adding weight. But manipulating tempo is an equally powerful tool. By slowing down your push-ups, you make each rep significantly harder without even adding extra resistance. If bodyweight push-ups feel too easy, changing your tempo is a great way to level up. Number 3, adjusting frequency and training volume. If you're serious about building muscle using push-ups, you need to train frequently and consistently. The problem is that most people treat push-ups as an afterthought, doing a few reps here and there without any structured plan. That's why they never see real progress. Let's be clear. If you want to maximize muscle growth, you need to train your chest, shoulders, and triceps multiple times a week. Push-ups should not be an occasional thing. They should be a core part of your routine. Ideally, you should aim for at least 4 to 5 sessions per week focused on push-ups. Training with this frequency ensures that your muscles are getting enough stimulus to grow while still allowing for recovery. But here's the key. It's not just about how often you do push-ups, but how you structure your training. Doing 100 push-ups every day might sound impressive, but if you're not progressively overloading your muscles, you'll hit a plateau fast. Instead of mindlessly cranking out reps, you need to manipulate volume and intensity. Let's break this down. A common mistake is thinking that just because push-ups are a bodyweight exercise, you don't need to program them properly. That's completely wrong. Just like with weight training, you should have a progression plan for your push-ups. If you're doing the same number of reps in the same way every single week, don't be surprised if you stop seeing results. One of the most effective ways to structure push-up training is using volume-based progression. Here's how it works. Beginner level. If you can do less than 20 push-ups in a row, start with 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 15 reps and gradually increase reps every week. Intermediate level. If you can do between 20 to 40 push-ups, aim for 4 to 5 sets of 20 to 30 reps and start incorporating variations like diamond push-ups or incline push-ups. Advanced level. If you can crank out over 50 push-ups, it's time to add intensity. Try 5 to 6 sets of 30 reps while incorporating explosive push-ups, weighted push-ups, or deficit push-ups for added resistance. Another important factor is total weekly volume, the total number of push-ups you complete in a week. If you're only doing 100 to 150 push-ups per week, you're not pushing your muscles enough to stimulate real growth. A more effective target would be at least 500 to 1,000 push-ups per week, spread across multiple sessions. Sounds like a lot? Well, if you divide it over 4 to 5 training days, it becomes much more manageable. You're enjoying the video, leave your comment, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, click the subscribe button. Number 2, pay attention to muscle recovery. The real gains don't come from how many push-ups you crank out, but from how well your body recovers from the stress you put it through. Yet, most people overlook this crucial part of building muscle. They push themselves to exhaustion every day, thinking more is always better. It's not. If you're not recovering properly, you're just breaking down muscle tissue without giving it the chance to rebuild stronger. Your body needs adequate rest, nutrition, and smart programming to maximize muscle recovery and growth. Training too frequently without proper recovery leads to overuse injuries, fatigue, and plateaued progress. So if you're doing push-ups daily without a recovery plan, you might be sabotaging your own gains. Muscle recovery doesn't mean lying on the couch all day. Instead, it means strategically balancing work and rest to ensure you come back stronger every session. When you perform push-ups, you're creating micro tears in your muscle fibers. This might sound bad, but it's actually necessary for growth. However, These fibers only rebuild stronger if they get enough time and nutrients to repair. If you keep stressing them without allowing proper healing, you'll start feeling weaker, more fatigued, and less motivated to train. Ever wonder why some days your push-ups feel effortless, but other days your body feels like lead? That's a sign your recovery isn't optimized. A common mistake people make is thinking they need to do push-ups every single day. While high-frequency training can be effective for endurance, it's not the best strategy for muscle growth and strength. Your muscles need at least 48 hours of recovery after an intense push-up session. This means if you're training push-ups properly, hitting failure, pushing your limits, and focusing on progression, you should allow your body time to rebuild. A good approach is training push-ups 4 to 5 times per week rather than daily. This gives your chest, shoulders, and triceps enough time to recover while keeping the intensity high. Training every day at moderate intensity won't build muscle as effectively as training hard and then resting properly. If you're serious about getting stronger, prioritize your sleep. Sleep is when your body repairs damaged muscle fibers, balances hormones, and restores energy levels. If you're cutting sleep short, your recovery and muscle growth will suffer. Aim for at least 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night, not just lying in bed, but deep, restorative sleep. Studies show that sleep deprivation reduces testosterone and growth hormone levels, both of which are crucial for muscle recovery. If you're training hard but constantly exhausted, poor sleep is likely the culprit. Fix it, and you'll see faster progress. Number 1. Maintain proper form to maximize gains. Most people think doing more push-ups is the key to building a bigger chest and stronger upper body. But here's the truth: if your form is trash, no amount of reps will get you the results you want. In fact, bad form does more harm than good. It shifts the workload to the wrong muscles, puts unnecessary strain on your joints, and, worst of all, limits your gains. The foundation of a perfect push-up starts with your body alignment. Your hands should be placed slightly wider than shoulder width, directly under your chest, not too far forward or backward. This position ensures that your pecs, shoulders, and triceps are fully engaged without unnecessary strain on your shoulders. A common mistake people make is placing their hands too close or too far apart, which shifts tension away from the chest and limits the effectiveness of the movement. Keep your fingers spread for better stability, and press firmly into the ground to create a strong base. Your core is just as important as your upper body in a push-up. If your hips are sagging or sticking too high in the air, you're missing out on the full body engagement that makes push-ups such a powerful exercise. Engage your abs, squeeze your glutes, and keep your body in a straight line from head to heels. Think of it like a moving plank. Your core should be tight throughout the entire movement. Not only does this improve muscle activation, but it also protects your lower back from unnecessary strain. If you feel your lower back arching, it's a sign that your core isn't engaged enough. The next thing you need to focus on is elbow positioning. Let's get one thing straight: flaring your elbows out at a 90-degree angle is a recipe for shoulder pain and poor muscle engagement. Instead, keep your elbows at around a 45-degree angle from your torso. This reduces stress on the shoulder joint while maximizing chest and triceps activation. Now, let's talk about the actual movement. The descent should be slow and controlled. Lower your chest until it's just a few inches above the ground while keeping your body tight. Many people cheat themselves by only lowering halfway. Don't be that person. Full range of motion is key to stimulating muscle growth. If you can't go all the way down with proper form, start with knee push-ups or elevated push-ups to build strength before progressing to full reps. The push-up doesn't end when you hit the bottom. The way you press back up matters just as much as the way you go down. Instead of bouncing off the floor or rushing through the movement, focus on driving through your palms and pushing the floor away from you. You liked the video? Leave your comment, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, click the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.